What's up, boys? Q&A part 2. Got some new information. We can clarify a couple questions that were a little bit up in the air from part 1. I got that nice fresh white boy cut. Check out the fit, black Lululemon, the moist esports tee. Got the chucks. We're feeling good. First things first, Dev Update 20 clarified the release date a little bit and cemented that we will be, in fact, getting the closed beta by the end of the year. The plan is to power through there and release the beta immediately, as there won't be trailers or any other media needed to be created for it. That said, it's still a chunk of work, so don't expect the beta to drop until the end of the year. And I guess I should also clarify and add more detail to the people who really want to play the closed beta. Again, he's only taken 600 to 700 people, and it's pretty much you got to be a loyal fan, right? You can join the Discord, link in the description. Today, the second you're watching this, hopefully you're watching it when it comes out and not like years later, but you can just join the Discord, start talking in the daily discussions, just be part of that diehard community, and he'll probably consider bringing you on to the closed beta in that first wave. Melee weapons. I've answered this in a short/TikTok/Instagram reel before. There's footage of the crab with the little sword swinging, killing people. That is no longer part of the game. Noirstorm has said that he would consider bringing melee weapons back eventually in the early access period, but there are no weapons that are specifically melee weapons. Let's move on to a pretty cool one that hasn't really been talked about a ton, but some people have asked and Noirstorm has confirmed. Companions, pets. People were asking about different enemy types and whatnot. He, out of nowhere, he being Noirstorm, dropped, quote, "With the companions update, parentheses, which will come sometime during the early access or later, end parenthesis, I'll be introducing neutral wildlife that can help or hurt you depending on how the situation plays out." And then we get a little bit more details here in another message. Basically, there'd be this wildlife system, which would add another layer of depth to how you approach each island and a bunch of new perks that give you companions, each with their own unique quirks. Lots of potential with this. For example, Tony, which is the shopkeeper, Tony liking certain types of companions and giving you a discount. Or, maybe you donate your resources to make your companions stronger instead of yourself. The same day, November 14th, he said, "I've got a real juicy roadmap planned out." People were like, "Oh boy, can you show us? Can you give us a hint?" And he said, "Nope." Quote, "Nah, I think it'll be more fun for each big update to drop as a pleasant surprise." Moving to the next topic, we've got the big one. Where's Crab Rave? Why haven't we seen it in the trailers? Is the song gonna be in the game? And this is word for word. Unfortunately not. This is due to the fact that if it was, any gameplay footage of the game with it playing in the background would receive a copyright claim from the label. I want to ensure that the game is 100% safe to stream and play with no copyright issues. That is why I'm making up for it with a full album-length soundtrack that'll launch alongside the game. Monster Cat does not copyright claim people. Maybe I'm wrong and they've done it a few times, but I get it. It's an abundance of caution and it's fine. So that kind of transitions into the next question is, okay, no Crab Rave, so what's the soundtrack going to be like? Well, he says that he fully intends on making multiple soundtrack volumes over the life of the game, each dropping on streaming services, and find them on Apple Music, Spotify, and YouTube and everything. He is creating an entire full-fledged multiple album soundtrack, multiple volumes, multiple everything. But then he says, parenthesis, the entire soundtrack likely won't be available for the beta. Speaking of soundtrack, at one point he does mention that some tracks have kind of been scrapped. But then he mentions, well, not entirely, because emotes are going to be a thing. Some sounds he scrapped and he's not happy with them, but they'll still work for little emotes. People love to ask about competitive modes, or the competition, right? In the gameplay trailer, we had the duel mode, and since then, we all should know by now that duel mode has been put on the back burner. If it ever comes back, it's going to be a long time. He's not even trying to think about it. Here's where it gets a little juicy, because he has blatantly said that he supports modding of the game. It's a safe bet that someone's going to create a mod that is a multiplayer team deathmatch type thing within the game. Another thing that is a pretty safe bet is that speedrunning is going to be a big thing in this game. I don't know if that's going to require someone to have a third-party leaderboard system and you got to self-report your times and it's all honor system, or if it's going to be some sort of leaderboard built into Crab Champions. One final thing that I wanted to touch on within the realm of competition is that the racing mode was also scrapped, but Noise has talked about doing some sort of a time trial mode and that would be, you know, it would still be like the racing parkour stuff, but it would be time-based as opposed to going through the motions of a bunch of race maps. With PC games like this, the options are much more broad. Obviously, there are nitty-gritty questions that I've not answered in the first video or this one. Please drop your questions in the description. I'll do my best to answer right there, or if it's big enough or get enough people asking, we can do a third video. Hopefully this is helpful. Thanks for watching. See you guys next week. Peace out. I'm gonna look awkward. Is this awkward? How awkward is this? Zoom in. Yeah. Blue eyes, looking pretty cute. Hell yeah. I'm out. Peace.